To avenge his murdered wife, the man disguises himself as a police officer and walks into the gas station. He demands access to the surveillance footage from the night his wife was killed. Just as Neeson is about to identify the killer, two real cops suddenly rush in. Neeson knows one thing: he must find out who took his wife. He freezes the footage, zooms in on the key frame, and locks in the killer's physical features. Only then does Neeson slowly raise his hands. This arrest is part of his plan. The officer reports Neeson's capture to the captain. After hearing how it happened, the captain immediately orders the unit to stop and wait for backup. Neeson is far more dangerous than their current force can handle. The captain insists on escorting him personally, but the arresting officers don't listen. They're too busy celebrating their big win. That's when Neeson quietly uses the metal shard hidden in his bracelet to unlock the cuffs. He strikes fast, grabs the rifle from the front passenger, shoves him out of the car, and jumps into the seat himself. Neeson yanks the wheel. The car launches into the air and crashes into oncoming traffic. Every officer freezes. A truck swerves too late and loses control. The road erupts into chaos. Using the crash as cover, Neeson escapes. He forces the remaining officer to hand over his phone and radio, then plugs a USB drive into the police database and downloads the case files. Above the city, the captain searches by helicopter and quickly locks onto Neeson's vehicle. The data isn't finished transferring yet when dozens of police cars close in on him. Neeson floors it and charges straight at them. At the last second, he turns into an underground garage. After several sharp turns, he hits a dead end. Neeson checks the USB drive. Transfer complete. He slams the car into reverse and drives straight into the elevator shaft. The vehicle freefalls and crashes hard at the bottom. Fuel starts leaking. Neeson sprints away. A second later, a massive explosion shakes the entire building. Neeson calls the captain, asking for time to prove his innocence. The captain refuses. His job is simple: bring Neeson in. Neeson hangs up and tosses the phone onto a long-distance bus. Moments later, officers report they've tracked Neeson's signal and ask whether to pursue. The captain answers coldly. Neeson has vanished again. Neeson returns to the safe house. He gives Sam every clue he's found and hands over the files downloaded from the police system. He needs Sam to analyze everything. At his wife's funeral, Neeson sees his daughter through a micro camera hidden on Sam's chest. Sam tells Amy that Nick will find a way to contact her. All she has to do is wait. The police lay a trap at the funeral, but Neeson never appears. Amy's wire is constantly jammed by unknown interference. This is the only way Neeson can say goodbye to his wife. The next day at school, Amy is suddenly pulled into a bathroom. It's her father. Neeson has already disabled the police bug. Together for so long, father and daughter hold each other tightly. Amy, who has just lost her mother, breaks down in her father's arms. Neeson fights back tears and holds her even closer. That's when Amy reveals a critical detail. Recently, her stepfather John has been acting strange. He's always surrounded by a large number of bodyguards. At that moment, a swarm of police cars arrives at the school. Officers storm into the girls' restroom, but Neeson is already gone. The captain orders all exits sealed. Neeson tosses a flashbang, creates chaos, and disappears into the crowd. Neeson begins closely surveilling John, but while driving along a winding mountain road, a massive SUV suddenly rams him from behind. Neeson has no time to react. His car is sent flying off the cliff. The attackers step out, throw a grenade into the wreck, and walk away as the explosion consumes the vehicle. After they leave, Neeson crawls up from below the slope, completely unharmed. He hijacks a passing car and quickly catches up to the killer's vehicle. Inside the building, Neeson drops one man instantly with a glass bottle. The noise alerts the others. Guns come up. One killer moves in to check the back room. Neeson strikes first, subdues him in seconds. With pure skill and force, Neeson slams both men to the ground. Then, the real threat reveals himself. The leader, hiding in the shadows, uses mirrors mounted above to fire at Neeson. Neeson returns fire. The standoff drags on. The store is reduced to chaos. The leader tries again, using the mirror's reflection to line up the kill. But Neeson reacts instantly, closes the distance, and restrains him. Neeson begins interrogating the man, demanding the identity of the mastermind behind it all. Instead of talking, the man chooses suicide. Still, Neeson is certain these are the same men who abducted his wife that night, and John is clearly involved. Neeson takes the killer's car and drives straight into John's mansion. Undetected, he knocks John unconscious and drags him away to a deserted stretch of coastline, because only there, when John is subjected to unimaginable pain and torture, no one will hear him scream.